Good morning. So happy to see everybody. I hope everybody's Friday is amazing. I see Margaret is here. Good morning. Good morning. It's a Champions Day. I feel it in my bones. I hope you're feeling it too. We are going to have an amazing experience this morning in our last day of the February Masterclass. This is for the love of money. And it's about financial freedom and why financial freedom needs to be your number one priority. And hopefully, over the last few days, you've gotten a better understanding about the idea that financial freedom is all in your head. It's about how you define, like most things in life, right? How you define it and then what you're going to do about it. So I'm super excited to bring you this material today. If you're watching live, please put a hashtag live into the comments. If you are watching this later, catching the replay, go ahead and let us know by putting hashtag replay. When you comment into the comment area in Facebook, it alerts other people in the community that this is hot information, and that allows them to understand that, hey, I should maybe watch this. And today, like I said, is going to be amazing. We are jumping right into our program so that we can have all the time we need. So let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. And I feel a sneeze coming on, so give me just a minute. I see Margaret is live. Margaret is putting in some comments and some emojis. Thank you, Margaret. Let me take off the live/replay and we will get started. All right. If you haven't been with us, or even if you have, a very quick review. The first day we talked about buckets and buckets, and this was a reference to abundance. Yes, we're going to talk about buckets, the final buckets today, but we introduced the idea of the needs bucket. The security bucket was day 2, and we started talking about what the difference is in the money we amass. And we talked about how if your bucket has holes in it, especially like debt causes cracks in your container, that the money just leaks out of. And we want to avoid that as much as possible. And if we're in that place where we have a broken bowl, we need to go about repairing it. We need to take care of that because it is so vital to having financial freedom. And then day 2, we talked about the money police. Now, the money police is just a concept. It's not a real thing. And the concept is we have voices in our head, which are really based on scenarios that have happened in our life that make us feel like there is a limit on what we are capable of. And spoiler alert, there is no money police. And really, it's just about us and our thinking. And we can change that. That's the beautiful part of this, is that we have that ability to overcome even what seems like an impossibility. So don't give up hope. Today, we're going to talk about your relationship with money, and it's going to add another layer of understanding. And I really think it's going to be beneficial to everybody. And Margaret's got some information about a Bob Dylan song. It's a lyric. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears, got all these buckets coming out of my ears. Buckets of moonbeams in my hands. Oh, I'm glad I don't even know that song, and it sounds lovely, and that it touched a chord with you, Margaret, because it is important that we identify the emotion behind money. And things like music create in us more emotion. And we talked about money being a spiritual game. It's very emotional how we respond to money, how we react when we have money, how we react when we don't have money. And we need to get in touch with those emotions that we're having and that we want to have so that we can have the money experience that we're meant to have. We're not meant to be poor. We're not meant to be oppressed and held down by our money beliefs. We are meant to do more. And I believe that strongly. And so I want that for everybody, that financial freedom. So let's finish our discussion about buckets. when we talked on the first day, it was about the needs bucket. That was the one that looked like the colander with the holes in it. And that's where the money, to the basic living expenses go. And then we talked about the security bucket actually adds to the quality of life. That's where you have the means to give yourself more. And that's in education and skills, so you can make a higher income, so that you can save, so that you can have the security around what that insurance provides for you. And we painted that picture yesterday of security. Today, we're looking at the freedom bucket. And it's about concepts, okay? It's taking that security to the next level where you have more of whatever it is you want, where you have the opportunity to have a bigger home, a bigger car, a bigger, bigger, bigger. Everything is bigger. Everything is better. You're at the going above in the brands, and you just recognize that you're a step above or multiple steps above. You have extra, there's leftovers. And with that, you're able to have fun. Now, money and fun, they go together, but it's not required that you have money to have fun, but it certainly elevates the experience, right? And when you have more and bigger and better and extra, that allows you to expand what you're capable of. And a lot of times that translates into travel because it's new experiences, new adventures, new opportunities exist for you. And I want that for you. That's what I'm trying to express to the most. And then we have the next level, which is independence. And independence is very inspiring, right? Like, you have what you need, you have beyond that. You can then do like really exotic things. This is where we see the covers in magazines of people's homes or their lifestyles that we just are like, ooh, and it stretches, it's expansive. And then it even goes beyond. And I just called it the wildest dreams bucket. Okay. Because you can't imagine right now the beyond. It's beyond your imagination. It's so much bigger that you can't see it. It's kind of like when we see something in the horizon and it looks far away, but as we get closer, it's still farther away. There's more that opens up. And in the wildest dreams bucket, it's things beyond what you can imagine, but it's still available to you. It's still there just because you can't see it. There's a beautiful sentiment that someone taught about that I really liked. And it was, if I asked you to go to my car and, drive it somewhere, and you went downstairs, but my car was invisible, you wouldn't be able to open the door and get in it because you wouldn't be able to see it. And that's kind of what that wildest dreams bucket is like. Until you recognize that the car is right where it is and where the handle is and you can reach and get it, you can't wrap your mind around it. But if I can take you to the invisible car, show you exactly where it's parked, put your hand out and let you touch it, and you'll start to figure out, oh, this is where the door handle is. Then you have a system that it changes your belief system. What you couldn't see before, you now know is there, and it's a reality. And that's what I'm trying to impress as we go into the next steps. And it's all really based about your relationship with money. Okay, so quick question, you can put it in the comments. How would you describe your current relationship with money? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? I've actually given you, I'm going to reveal them in a second. You can answer the A, B, C, D, E answers. Is it healthy? Is it transactional? Meaning it's all about, I give you this, I get this back. right? It's not really a fun relationship, right? You can't have like in your human relationships, a transactional relationship is flat. It's it's a give and take that doesn't support you. Um, is it codependent? Is it that you can't do anything unless you have money? Or is it just a bad relationship? You know, you think about that bad boy that you were hanging out with as a teenager. You guys just have that crazy, or is it dangerous? Is it they are doing bad things to you, for you, etc. Right? Um, you really want to explore it, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to explore and kind of play with our relationship with money and see if we can break away some of the limiting beliefs we have, some of the um, concepts that are going on. And like I mentioned to you guys about a lot of our limiting beliefs are based on other people's influences. Most of our money memories and money influences are going to have happened when we were young. And the young brain is much more palatable. It takes in more information. It's very like if it was a lump of clay, we could mold it and shape it. And so at that young age, when you're introduced to other people's money concepts, you take that into your subconscious, and then it forms what you take into your adulthood. And what we want to do is maybe add some water to that clay and make it more palatable again, and really work with it and come up with a different design than we've been living with. So another question that I want to ask is, what sounds most like you and money? If we're talking about relationships, I kind of put it into a formula to see if you could relate to one of these concepts of a relationship. So you don't know money. If money was a person, you're just like, I don't have time for that, right? Or maybe you've met money. It was an okay experience, but you don't interact with it that often. Maybe you're just not friends. You and friends, you met them once, you're like, I don't want to deal with you. Or maybe you and money are friends. You hang out together, you do stuff. Maybe you're best friends with money. You hang out with money all the time. Money is there for you. Money has your back, right? Or maybe you're just dating money. Like it's serious now. Like you know that you guys are looking at an exclusive relationship, just you and money, and there's nothing else. Or maybe you're married to money. Like you're in it for the long haul. You and money have it going on. You have a commitment to each other that you're going to be there for each other long term. And then we have the flip side, right? Maybe you're cheating with money, or you're having an affair, right? Like you and money, you're doing some stuff. And then maybe money dumped you. Money and you just did not get along, and you were like, never going to see that money again. You see what I'm talking about here? When we put it into a different format, it starts to be comical, but it also starts to like make you think, what is my relationship with money? And what if you could improve that relationship? Because we have the power to do anything, right? Oops. Oh my goodness, I've been moving the wrong things. So let me, dang it. I don't have the ability to take off the purple. I wasn't thinking about that. So I said them to you. I'm sorry. I'll post them maybe into the feed as a post with what those answers are this week. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyway, we're going to elevate to the next level and asking about what if we were having a love relationship with money? And if money was our lover, what would he be giving us, right? If we could have anything we wanted, what would love give us? Love is like, you know how Tony Robbins in one of his recent events did the archetypes, and you have your lover, and you have your magician, and you have your wise person. And those are different personas that you can touch within you. But we also can play with those personas as part of our world, right? And so when we're talking about money as a lover, we could think of them as like a king. If we were in a relationship with a king, think of them saying, honey, I'll give you anything you want. What is your wish? And I will just present it to you on a platter, right? So go ahead and write down 2 or 3 things that if you were in a love relationship with money, he might give you. And this is an interesting thing because, as I was telling you guys earlier, when I went through my divorce, I was really hung up on the money piece. I had a poverty spirit and I was stuck. I just didn't feel like I deserved money. And I did this exercise over and over again where I wrote down all the things that money and I were doing together in the future. And it was great. Like, money and I hang out together. Money and I have coffee together. Money takes me out to dinner. And it was just this interesting thing where I created a relationship with money that I hadn't had before. Money loves me. Money takes care of me. Money's worried about my financial future. Money's going to be with me in retirement. And I really treated it like a relationship. And I wrote it all down and I just got close to money. And it shifted inside of me that belief that I wasn't meant for money. And oh, I love it. Margaret saying lobster every week. That's perfect. And that's exactly what you want to do in this time period. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's talk a little bit about Finance Fingo. We have the full board now, if you haven't seen it. And the full board is covering the last line is write a love letter. Okay. And we're going to do that in just a minute. Develop an excess money list, which I'll explain later this week and next week. I will be posting little short videos that will cover each of these topics. And then once you watch the video, you can mark it on your bingo board. And at the end of the month, you will be able to share how many bingos across you got, how many bingos up and down, if you got a blackout, whatever it is, we will be celebrating the number of fingos that you got in the money area. And then you can use this to bolster your finances throughout the year. You can be like, whenever you're feeling like you need to do a little bit more money thoughts, go back and revisit these things that we're doing. All right. So today you get to mark off the masterclass, and at the end of the month, you'll be able to report how things are going. If you've attended every day or watched the replays every day this week, you'll have a progress check next week, and you'll be able to get the bingo across the top. So I'm excited for you. All right. Daily abundance affirmations is going to be one of our topics, as well as giving money to other people. Giving money away is one of the best principles. It's kind of like gratitude. When you are at a place where you can give, and it starts to shift your heart, and it makes it more accessible. See, money is like you need to be able to give and receive. And if you don't have a lot of money, your receiver is broken. And if your receiver is broken, there's a pretty good chance that your giver is broken as well. And so as we start to heal and mend those both, it needs to still be a two-way street. And so we'll be talking about giving money away. And then we'll be talking about a rewards chart, just making a very simple list of ways you're going to reward yourself for meeting your financial goals. And it doesn't have to be something that costs money, especially if you're trying to bolster your gap, but it can be things that just make you smile. Listening to that favorite song, dancing when you get a chance, making a special cup of coffee where you whip up, it's taking that extra couple minutes to make it fancy and enjoyable. There's so many ways that you can reward yourself. And again, there'll be little short videos that will cover the finance bingo and allow you to knock these off all week. Okay. And Margaret is saying that she has no money, but when she has it, she likes to give it away. Yes, Tony Robbins likes to say, if you wouldn't give a dime out of a dollar, you're not going to give 1,000 out of 1,000,000 when you have it, right? So if you have a giver's heart, when you expand your money, you're naturally going to continue to be a giver. One of the best things I ever heard was a friend told me that they wanted to be a 6-figure giver. And that just so resonated with me because I truly believe you should be a 6-figure giver. I think that would be fantastic. But what we're going to do is cover very quickly before we start our meditation the first one, the write a love letter. And it's going to look a little bit like this, just very simple. You're going to go into your love letter and you're just going to write, just like you were writing a love letter to somebody that you just absolutely adore. You're going to write with full gratitude. Start it out with just, I am so pleased. I want to thank you. I appreciate what you've done for me in my life. You have been there for me when I needed you, right? Just everything you can say. And then what you're looking forward to with money, like money, I want to ask for your help in these areas. And then you just list them out. Be as specific as possible. Remember, you want to imagine that money loves you and wants to give you everything your heart desires, wants to be there and make it a special life for you. You don't have to struggle. You don't need to be on the struggle bus. Okay. So with this idea of writing out a love letter to money, I want to take us into a meditation. And so go ahead and get yourself settled, get yourself in a place where you're taking some big, deep breaths, kind of relaxing for just a moment. And we're going to go into a money meditation that's going to be fun. Okay, we're going to explore our relationships with money through the money meditation. And what we want to do is just kind of imagine that we are in what I like to call a nature scene. Okay, so imagine yourself seated somewhere that you are very comfortable. Maybe it's a beach, maybe it's a bench in a park, anywhere where you feel it's on top of a mountain, right? Get yourself in that place and kind of imagine around you all the sights and sounds. Feel what you're sitting on, whether you're sitting down on the ground or on a patch of grass, on a bench, wherever you are, just in your comfortable spot, and take some deep breaths. And we always like to breathe into our heart and then breathe out of your heart and kind of allow it to circle around you, the love that's coming in and out of your heart. So imagine you are connecting the breath from your mouth to your heart. And as it comes out your heart, it's going back into your mouth. And you're making a little circle. And just let every muscle, all the tension come off of you. Let every muscle relax. Let the breath calm you down. Let the heart rhythm just kind of play like music around you. And I want you to stand up now, and I want you to look, kind of peer off into the distance. And someone is coming towards you. And you're getting kind of excited because you recognize that this is your love. Your love is coming towards you. And you realize it's your money lover. And you're excited, and your money lover is excited, and you guys are coming together. And it's like one of those romantic movies where you start to go faster and they're going faster, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And when you finally get together, you're just embracing money. You're holding on to money. You're not saying any words because you don't have to. It's just a feeling. There's love, there's excitement, there's just total affection. How does that feel? How does it feel to just hang on and be held by money? Lean into that. Feel it. And now, money is going to just step away from you. You guys are still holding hands. You're smiling. If people could see, there would be like those heat waves that come out would be coming between the two of you. There's energy. And I want you to take a look at money. And I want you to look in money's eyes. And no words are being said because you don't need words. But you're just going to lock eyes with money. And I want you to look into money's eyes, and I want money's eyes to look into yours. And I want it to be like money can see into your soul. And I just want you to keep that gaze on money, see money, feel money's love for you, attach yourself to money. You and money are beaming. You are celebrating what you have together. You love money. Money is part of you. I really want you to have this strong, tied relationship to money. If you can imagine, this golden lasso is kind of coming and making a figure 8 around your bodies. So it's binding you to money. You and money are becoming one. You are feeling connected, and it's a bind that's never going to be broken. Now, there's a Hawaiian statement set that we are going to use with money. It's very, very simple. And I want you to think of a time when money and you had a really good relationship, had a really good time together. Something that happened that just makes you laugh when you think about it. It might have been unexpected. It came to you from out of nowhere, or it might have been something you worked really hard for and you had it and you were like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. This was easy. This was fun. This was exciting. And you guys are going to share that memory. And then whatever's transpired since then, we're going to let it go with these phrases, okay? So the first one we're going to start with is, I'm sorry. And you're going to look at love, at money, your money lover. You're going to look him in the eyes, and you're just going to feel the sentiment of, I'm sorry. And then you're going to say, please forgive me. I love you. And then you're just going to say, thank you. Thank you, money. Thank you. And then I want you to imagine money still looking at you with so much love. Money's going to say that back to you. Okay, so imagine money. You're looking deep into money's eyes. Money loves you. And money says, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And I want you to feel everything in those phrases. I want you to feel the healing power. Money's going to say that again to you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And I want you to say the same to money. Whatever has transpired between you that took away that feeling of absolute experience that you had with money in the past, when it was good, when it was right, when it flowed freely, when there was financial freedom in your world and in your mind. And I want you to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And my hope is that this really resonates with you. You feel that. And if you need to keep saying that phrase over and over again, if you need to write it down in the future, I'll put it in the comments later. It's called the Ho'oponopono, and it is a beautiful, powerful phrasing system that you can use. And it works really well with people in real relationships as well. You don't have to say anything else but those 4 words. See it and hear it from them. And you don't even have to have them be present. You can imagine them and put that process in place. And energetically, it releases a whole lot of stuff. Now, from this place of really good thoughts about money and what's possible for you, what is bringing up more for you about your life, we're going to have a little conversation with money. Okay, and the first question we're going to ask, and you might want to have a piece of paper next to you, or you can put it in the comments if you need to, and that is asking money, what's important about money in my life? And just listen to what your money lover wants to say to you about the importance of money in your life. It might be totally different than what you thought you were going to be getting as advice from money. And that's okay. When we're in a meditative state, we're accessing our subconscious in a deeper way. So whatever comes up, even if it doesn't make sense to you, it's okay to just take that in. Maybe it's lyrics to a song. Maybe it's a picture of something, and later you'll have to evaluate that. That's okay. Maybe it's a memory. Maybe it's a person. Okay. Whatever's coming up is really good. That's good. That's good. And now let's ask, money, what do you need me to know? What's my next step? How will you guide me to what I need to do next? What do I need to know, money? And whatever money says back to you, just accept it. Just accept it as what you're hearing. You don't have to take any action on it right now. You just need to be open to the experience, listening, aware. Take it in. And so then, money, what's our future look like? Where are we going in this relationship? Can I trust you? Will you always be here for me? What kind of commitment do you and I have together, money? How do I know you're not going to hurt me again? How can I trust? All right. Now you and money are still looking at each other with love. Thank you, money, for giving me these insights. I'm gonna think about them. We can come back and talk about them later. And money says, yes, but one more thing before we finish, before we go. I want to give you a gift. And money reaches into his pockets and he pulls out just a bag full of treasure. There's money in there, there's gold, there's jewels. It's so excessive, it's so much, it's more than you have had before, and you are so excited. And he says, before I give this to you, I need you to release all of the past experiences we've had, all the things you're hanging on to, all the excess baggage. You can't have this if you still have all of that. You won't be able to take it on. And so next to you, you're going to see like a trash can. And I want you to throw away all of your old memory stuff. the bad memories of money, all the time money hasn't been there for you, all the time you've called out for money and it hasn't appeared, all the times that money has let you down, that money hasn't shown up when you've been alone and money hasn't been a part of you. Those are baggage, trash that you no longer need. We're going to throw it into the trash can. We're going to get rid of all of your old impressions of money and just make it kind of like a comedy cartoon where every bad thought you've ever had about money, how there isn't enough or debt owns you, that you're a prisoner, whatever that is, you're just going to throw that into your money wastebasket. It's all going out the door. And when you feel that you have completely given up all of that, you're going to hold your hands out in full acceptance of money giving you. And money is going to come to you. And he's going to fill your arms more than you can handle with bags and bags of money and support, gifts, checks, whatever it is. There's just going to be this beautiful amount that you need. And I want you to treasure it, pull it close, cherish what you've been given. And take some good deep breaths. And we're going to thank money again. I'm so glad you're a part of my life. I'm so glad we've been able to elevate our relationship, to move to another place, to reach to where we are now. Okay, so good, so good. And with that, I want you to take a big deep breath and thank you for being a part of our money meditation. I hope that this gives you some really good insights into what money and your relationship with money has been like and can be like in the future. And I want you to keep an eye out for money coming into your life in different ways over the next couple weeks and months. And remember to appreciate money as it shows up. Celebrate it, just like you ran to money in the meditation and embraced it. I want you to step into that again. And if you need to say the Ho'oponopono multiple times throughout the day to get you reattached to money and your love for money and the way that money loves you and wants you to have the life of your dreams, that's something that you can do as well. All right. Thank you guys for being here today. I had so much fun. I want to remind you that we have a weekend workshop on Saturday. That's tomorrow. And depending on your time zone there, you will be able to pop in. And what we do is the number of people that are there, we are able to meet for a short time. And I do one-on-ones with you in the group. We talk about what's going on with you and money and your thoughts about money. And we do a little exercise, just whatever I get as a way that would be helpful to you. Some of the exercises we have, and you get to do, as each person does it, you can do those exercises on your own, and it will hopefully support you and the money issues you are going with. It is an impactful experience. It is going to be hugely beneficial to you. And I'm really excited about bringing you this information. All right. And I see that we have other viewers. I'm so happy you're here. Glad you guys have been able to be a part of us. I'm glad you like the meditation. I love doing them. It's not something that I've been trained in, which I know sounds really crazy. It's natural to me. My husband sometimes will say, it's kind of like tell me a bedtime story, and I will just pull us into a meditation to help heal some part of our relationship or something that's going on. And I always have loved just exploring what what's out there, what's going on. So I love some of your insights. Margaret is saying she really thought a lot about her past experiences with money. She didn't always struggle, but was never taught much how much it was needed to be appreciated. Yes, yes, yes. And love that you guys like the meditation. And family always taught you you'd struggle with money. And so you created a distance between you. Yeah. If your family told you to stay away from money, right? Then that's going to be in your subconscious, and you're going to have that thought process of stay your distance, keep away from me. And we want to totally change that. We don't want to have that. We want to embrace our money. I'm really excited. I hope you guys will report back what is going to change, because this type of thinking changes your frequency. So it's kind of like you've changed the channel on your radio, like old school radio, when you could dial in the channel. So one channel plays cowboy music, and one channel plays gospel music, and one channel plays, whatever else, your favorite songs. You are switching to a different channel, and you're going to hear a different set of music. And so we have just tuned into the money channel, and it's going to start coming towards you like a magnet, because you are flipping those dials. You are working to get into that frequency level. And so as we share all of those different videos, you guys are going to love them, because it's going to give you more of a tuning. You're going to dial in on the things that will bring money into your life. Love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys have a really blessed Friday, and I look forward to Saturday. Hope everybody will come. Everybody's welcome. So if you want to get into the Saturday event, you just need to put #love into the, let's see if I have a little thingy here. #love. Yes. Go ahead and put #love into the comments, and I will make sure that you get the Zoom link to our upcoming weekend workshop. All right. Thank you guys. Have a really blessed evening. Yes. See you tomorrow.